On his trip to the United States after the earlier March trip to the UK, Rahul Gandhi spoke about the dharmic rituals, speaking at his Mohabbat Ki Dukaan event in San Francisco. The Gandhi family scion derided and mocked the Sashtang pranam done by the Prime Minister to the Sengol in the inauguration ceremony of the new Parliament building. He dismissed it as lying down and all to distract from the real issues that India faces. He went on to say that the BJP is doing the scepter thing to deviate attention from joblessness and price rise. First, listen in to what Rahul Gandhi has said, which has again set off a firestorm of politics and protests in India.
Parliament House, these are distractions. The real issues in India are unemployment, price rise, spread of anger and hatred, a crumbling education system, price of education, price of healthcare. These are the real issues. BJP can't really discuss them, so then they have to do the whole scepter thing, you know, lying down and doing all that. So, aren't you happy I'm not lying down?
Not just that, the former Congress president also mocked the Prime Minister for having a God complex. In fact, during his speech, he said that there are some specimens in India, like the Prime Minister, who would even explain the creation of the universe to God himself.
We have a group of people in India who are absolutely convinced that they know everything. In fact, I think they think maybe they know even more than God. And of course, our Prime Minister is one such specimen. I think if you sat Modi ji down next to God, Modi ji would start explaining to God how the universe works. Yes, and God would get confused that what have I created?
Further, Rahul Gandhi raised an alarm that Muslims in India are under attack. While he reserves the insults for practices like the Sashtang pranam, he says his heart is filled with empathy for others.
It is felt most strongly by the Muslim community, okay, because it is done most directly to them. But in fact, it is being done to all minorities. I can guarantee you that the same way you are feeling attacked, I can guarantee you my Sikh brothers are feeling the same thing. I can guarantee you my Christian brothers are feeling the same, sisters are feeling the same thing, right? I can guarantee you the Dalit community is feeling the same thing, tribal community is feeling the same thing. You cannot cut hatred with hatred. It's impossible.
Soon after these comments, Rahul Gandhi faced friendly fire from the secular lobby. AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi called him out for fear-mongering and said what about what's happening in Congress-ruled states.
तो 1980 में राहुल गांधी नहीं जानते कि यूपी में सरकार उनकी थी तो हाशिमपुरा हुआ, मलियाना हुआ। यूपी में उन्हीं की सरकार थी तो मुरादाबाद की ईदगाह में 400 से ज्यादा मुसलमानों को पुलिस फायरिंग में मार दिया गया। 1980 में उन्हीं की सरकार थी जब दिल्ली की सड़कों पर सिखों के खून से होली खेली गई थी। अब फिर राहुल गांधी को ये भी बोलना चाहिए था कि उनकी सरकार राजस्थान में है, जुनैद नसीर कैसे मारे गए। ये क्या है, छत्तीसगढ़ में उन्हीं की सरकार है, वहां पर धर्म संसद होता है, छत्तीसगढ़ सरकार के स्पॉन्सर्ड, और वहां पर महात्मा गांधी को गाली दी जाती है। ये कौन सा जवाब है इनका?
And leading the fight back is none other than the Prime Minister. Listen in to him slamming Rahul Gandhi for disrespect and duplicity.
भारत की ये उपलब्धियां, भारत के लोगों की ये कामयाबी कुछ लोगों को पच नहीं रही है। 3 दिन पहले आपने ये देखा है, भारत को नया संसद भवन मिला है। आपका माथा ऊंचा हुआ कि नहीं हुआ? हमारे देश की शान बढ़ने का आपको आनंद हुआ कि नहीं हुआ? लेकिन कांग्रेस और इसके जैसे कुछ दलों ने इस पर भी राजनीति का कीचड़ उछाला। कई पीढ़ियों के जीवन में ऐसे अवसर एक बार ही आते हैं, लेकिन कांग्रेस ने भारत के गौरव के क्षण को भी अपने स्वार्थी विरोध की भेंट चढ़ा दिया। कांग्रेस ने 60,000 श्रमिकों के परिश्रम का, देश की भावना और आकांक्षाओं का अपमान किया है। 60,000 मजदूरों के पसीने को उन्होंने लात मारी है। उनको गुस्सा इस बात का है कि गरीब का बेटा इनके अहंकार से आगे आड़ा कैसे आ रहा है, अड़ा कैसे हुआ है।
Allies have quickly jumped in to back Rahul Gandhi and also deride the BJP for an upper caste bias.
And when we come to this spectacle of the spectre in the parliament, the president who does not belong, who is not from the upper caste Hindu, is not invited, has not been invited for one of the most important functions in the country as per the BJP. To avoid that, probably she's also a woman. Misogyny and patriarchy is writ large in this action of the BJP. That is why she has not been invited. This has become into a major controversy. To avoid that controversy, they have created this spectacle of the spectre.
Joining us on the show, we have Neeti Jain, spokesperson of the BJP, Ratan Sharda, author, Shyam Prasad Meka, leader of the Congress, Pankaj Sharma, political analyst. Shyam Prasad Meka, lying down and all that. What is lying down and all that? It's known as Sashtang pranam. I'm pretty certain, with or without Mr. Modi, with or without Parliament, the former Congress president knows about what Sashtang pranam is. Nobody is lying down.
I don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is?
I don't know what it is. Am I not
lying
Indian?
down and all that?
I don't know what it is. Am I Indian or not?
You're definitely an Indian. You're just an Indian who doesn't know some very basic thing. I think pretty much children also know what a Sashtang pranam is.
It's not basic. Listen to me. Come out of that illusion that you are trying to create.
All right.
Rahul Gandhi spoke exactly the truth. That's why BJP gets rattled. He didn't speak anything out of the
By the
ordinary.
way, BJP has got no copyright over Sashtang pranam. Hundreds and thousands of people who are not in the BJP, who don't care for the BJP, many of them I'm sure are in your party, also do the Sashtang pranam. And it's not lying down and all that.
I respect them when they do it for their beliefs.
Yes.
In their homes and temples. And they don't use it for marketing purposes. They don't use it to send a political message. They don't use it to divert multitudes of people from the actual issues that are facing. They don't use it to divert people from lived experiences.
Hold on, Neeti Jain. I'll give you time to respond. Let Mr. Meka finish. Yes, finish your point, Mr. Meka.
Diverting from lived experiences to claimed achievements. Okay. That is what is happening.
So what do you think the Prime Minister should have instead done to the Sengol to not market it? You should have thrown it.
Sengol? What is a Sengol? I don't understand.
You don't know Sengol also. You don't know Dandavat Pranam. You don't know Sengol.
Why is the Prime Minister
Parliament?
So... I know Parliament.
Oh,
why is the Prime Minister so interested in Raja Rajwadonka symbols?
Okay.
Is he not happy with the Republic of India?
Okay, first let's start with the lying down and all that, because we have debated the Sengol for quite a bit now, and the Sengol, whether you like it or not, is going to be in Parliament. The same Parliament where members of the Congress will also have to sit, DMK will also have to sit, RJD will also have to sit. Nothing can be done about it now. But Neeti Jain, Mr. Gandhi didn't know about the Dandavat Pranam, and it's not such a big deal.
You know, Padmaja, for the past 1 week, 10 days, I have been saying this, that the national embarrassment that is Rahul Gandhi comes from a party which is essentially mired in a colonial mindset. And I don't say this in an insinuating kind of a way. I say this in a very matter-of-fact kind of a way. So from Nehruji till Rahul Gandhi, I think these people have been trying to outrun the culture of this country, the principles of this country, because they wanted to be someone else, because they were impressed by a different culture. So they were trying to copy it. Somehow they did not realize that does not happen if you just kawa chala hans ki chaal aur apni chaal bhi bhool gaya. That is what has happened with the Indian culture under the Congress rule. For the past 10 years, what Modi ji has been trying to do is to revive that culture, and we know it has earned us enormous respect on a world platform, and we have been respected for the culture that we are.
No,
but
but
the
Mr.
larger
Meka
point
is saying
here-
you're using it for marketing. Culture is one thing, Ratan Sharda.
no,
Marketing
you-
is another. This overt
the
show of,
point is-
pranam and the Sengol. That is why, Mr. Gandhi is a proud Hindu. He doesn't have to do Dandvat Pranam and all that. Ratan
He
Sharda.
does not have to.
When Meka says that he doesn't understand what is, Dandavat Pranam, he does not know Indian culture, because every person in India knows what is Dandavat Pranam. Every child to every elder touches the feet of respected people. If it doesn't know, fine, because Rahul, Mr. Meka, I didn't stop you from saying whatever you're saying. Please give due respect to me. Don't do the Dandavat Pranam to me. At least listen to me. Okay? What I'm saying is it is nothing new that the Congress is so much westernized. They do not understand Indian culture. They do not understand Indian ethos, and they will speak like this on the foreign land. Like Owaisi has pointed out, these people are just out to defame India. Outside India, my bigger concern, which I said in the afternoon also, is not the Dandavat Pranam jibe and all, because he can try to cut jokes, they might fall flat, but he's entitled to his jokes. My issue is, when he goes to a place like California, he talks about casteism, which is the biggest flag bearer of this caste system. Equality Labs of George Soros, who has been campaigning against Indians who are very successful in the US to show that they are casteist people. They are given lectures. They are making money out of this, and Hindus are being stopped from raising because they have come there with their merit, not on caste basis. But he has gone there and given a leg up to these people who are out to defame Hindu society, India, and trying to stop their progress. That is the biggest problem, because this is biggest, defamation that you can do to the entire society. He talks about Muslim minority being targeted. He talks of Dalits being targeted. And what was he doing in 1980s? His party was doing in 1980. Please tell me, did Khalistan happen? Did 1984 riots happen somewhere else? They happened in 80s.
Okay,
he
Mr.
talks of
Sharma.
Sikhs being oppressed. Who created entire Sikh narrative?
Okay, Mr. Sharma, mocking India abroad is never a good look. Mr. Sharma.
And you know who are the biggest sponsors?
What Narendra Bhai Modi did was not Sashtang Dandavat. It was actually lying down and all that. There is an echo.
Okay, I'll just have it fixed. Go on, sir.
It has actually been lying down and all that, because the last decade has been a decade of deceit in India. Therefore, telling the truth has become a much more revolutionary act now than before.
Sorry, I didn't get it. You are questioning the way that Mr. Modi did the pranam, or you're saying that this was symbolic, so it was meaningless?
No, because in 2014, when he reached to the parliament for the first time, he did the same Sashtang Dandavat on the stairs of the parliament.
Okay.
And then what did he do with the parliament, with the democracy? It is before everyone. So you don't call these optics Sashtang Pranam, Sashtang Dandavat. This is actually lying down and all that type thing.
Niti Jain, empty symbolism.
No, if these people don't understand the respect one person has for all the symbols of democracy and the symbols of independence, it is their problem. If they don't do it, nobody is asking them to do it. But to question this and to mark this as marketing. But the other larger point I wanted to draw your attention to, Padmaja, is I was just going through this article in the Sunday Guardian, which is titled "Rahul's Trash India Tour Gets No Traction in Britain." And this is from the London tour that he had. A lot has been said about the organizers of this event. So, for example, at the Chatham House, there was only one India expert and 12 Chinese experts that were attending his talk. So, when he goes and asks for a foreign intervention, I think we all know what he's talking about. So, everything that Rahul Gandhi says abroad, and he does not say this in India, because in India there are no talkers about his trash talk that he does. So he has to go abroad. I think a larger probe needs to be done on who the organizers are, who would not even stand up for the national anthem going on there. And if he's talking all of this trash that he's talking about India there, we need to understand who his audience is. He's clearly playing to his
Mr.
audience.
Meka, pandering to an audience which is inherently anti-India is the charge, which is why these comments.
I fail to understand the logic that why these people quickly jump and say, question everybody's India or national credentials. Do they think they can define patriotism and nationalism? And second point is, in my earlier stint also when I was speaking, I know some of them might be hurting to you, but simple thing I want the listeners to understand is, with the ease with which people say, everybody in India does these things, everybody in India knows these things. No, the Dalit Bahujans of this country doesn't know these practices. We don't know.
Are you sure? Have you done a survey among all the Dalit Bahujans very quickly? I find it very amusing. Ratan Sharda, quick response. I find it very amusing. How have you spoken on the behalf of all the Dalit Bahujans in the country? Ratan Sharda.
They to speak of Bahujans. Has he seen Mayawati's Darbar? Has he seen people going down to and doing Sashtang to Dr. Ambedkar? He doesn't know. Because he's out to stamp Dalits and they're not Hindus. That is what the problem with Congress is. They are into breaking India, breaking Hindu society, breaking them into caste silos. And that is the biggest problem, that the biggest danger Congress has done for India. Now let me go to another point. Rahul Gandhi says, Jahan par politics mein India, I cannot do politics in India because there is oppression, there is suppression. This man is on bail for a criminal charge of embezzlement of national case. His mother is on the same case. He has dual passport case on him. He goes out on a temporary 3-year passport. He moves all over India. He comes on media continuously, says, I am oppressed. He says, I cannot play politics. What kind of hypocrisy, what kind of horrible half-truth he speaks about? Tell me one reason I can speak he can use the word. He talks of minorities. No minorities have left India, but minorities from around the neighboring countries of India are coming to India. They are thriving, they are prospering. None has gone back to any other country that keep on speaking about Pakistan, Bangladesh. They are coming to India. Afghanis are coming to India. Baloch want to come to India. POJK want to come to India. And there's a minorities under oppression.
Well, the interesting thing though now is that even parties like the AIMIM are questioning a few of those claims. But what is going to be the larger political outcome? Prime Minister in Rajasthan kicking off the BJP's campaign there. Rahul Gandhi in the Bay Area of San Francisco in the United States. Whose message is actually going to hit home? That's what we'll talk about at 10 on the News Hour agenda. For the time being, though, thank you very much, both gentlemen, all gentlemen, and Neeti Jain for joining me. Now, also remember that over the last 8 years, the India Economic Conclave has